So you've had a dream of starting some type of beauty wholesale line and you're really not sure how to start because you don't want to take it alone, you don't have the capital to invest in a bunch of stock, but you're really, really craving that you have something that is truly yours. Having your own brand is also going to make your authority as a professional beauty, professional hairstylist, esthetician stand out that much more. So if you guys don't know me, my name is Melissa Ferguson. I have been a hairstylist for going on 14 years now. I am just in the process of getting this YouTube channel up and going. So please make sure that you do hit the subscribe so you are notified when I do go live. So we're going to talk about why you want a wholesale line, and then we're going to talk about how you're going to actually do it without spending any cash up front. Wholesale lines are great for a couple different reasons. One, you're going to add your professional brand authority. You're going to look very established in the industry. You're going to look very professional. You are going to look like an elite when it comes down to a client choosing why they want to work with you over somebody else. You just have that extra edge. You are also going to have access to higher profit margins because you're sourcing your products at a lower margin. And my favorite is you actually have the ability to customize things based on your client's needs. So we're going to dive into how do you get all of the stock without spending any cash out of pocket. Cash is king in business, and you want to leave it in your bank account because you never know when situations are going to arise, right? Putting money into things like marketing that you know are going to return you clients is super, super important. But buying things like hair extensions to have on your shelf doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to make any money. You might go out and drop $10,000 on a supply line. You might decide, hey, I don't like this supplier. You might have a slow period where you don't have any clients, and then you're stuck with all of this cash locked up inside of hair extensions. And especially if it is a crappy line, you're not happy with your supplier, then it's essentially you've just lost a whole bunch of money. And this goes across the board, whether we're talking hair extensions, we're talking shampoos, conditioners, flat irons, facial products, hats, shirts, whatever it is. Like you could be a totally different business owner and this is still going to apply to you. Okay. So when you are building a wholesale line, I love to do model calls. Okay. Model calls are the best way to do anything. So what I'll do is I'll put out some promotions on my social media, my email list, all these kind of things saying, hey, I'm looking for a model to test out my product lines at a severely discounted rate. Okay. I'll bring the client in. I'll have the consultation with them. I'll kind of go over the fact that like everything is actually going to be customized to their needs. I'm working on development and they kind of get to be that like a VIP type person to help me really create what I'm going for and really help me to improve it, create that feedback and that exclusivity. Now, this person is going to feel honored. They're going to feel very special that they are a part of this process for you, and it's going to make it just kind of that much more better for them. And so the way that I like to do this is two different ways. I like to have a list of about 10 different suppliers, and there's a variety of different places that you can go to find suppliers. If you are in need of the documentation of like what types of questions to be asking these suppliers, feel free to reach out to me. I do have a whole wholesale kit that you can actually access with certain questions that you should be asking because there are questions that can expedite the process. There are questions that you know are going to vet out suppliers that you really don't want in your pipeline and in your world. And there are ways to make sure that things are going to be under quality control, things like warranties, things like that. Okay. So what I do is I bring my person in and I actually charge them for the service. That's right, I charge them. So with my hair extensions, for example, I do model calls. So a typical hair extension install with me is going to be anywhere between $1,800 to $2,000. On a model call though, I'm going to bring this person in for like $1,300 to $1,400. So they're going to get a really, really good deal. And they're also going to be aware that I am ordering the hair specifically for them. So there is a little bit of a delay. They're going to know that right up front. They're going to be signing paperwork that says that they're understanding that they're a model. Now, I know you're probably wondering, oh my God, well, what happens if the product or the service that I order is absolute garbage? You're going to have clauses in your policy for this as well. That if under the circumstance your products are, broken or whatever, like say you're working with flat irons, for example, say your products are broken, that you will replace them. Now, when you're coming up with your number, you need to make sure that you have enough margin in your service or in your product that even if something goes wrong, that you're able to refund the client or you're able to protect yourself from them coming at you. So within a hair extension line, if I'm charging $1,300, but I'm wholesaling my own hair, I know the cost of the hair is probably going to be anywhere between $200 to $500 based on what it is that I'm trying to buy. Okay. I like to give people options. So when I'm working with models, especially for hair extensions, I ask my models, do you want, grade A premium hair or do you want grade B kind of, good but not best hair? Because I want to have options for both people. And I have different suppliers based on different needs. Clients are more than happy to wait when they feel that something is being custom made for you. Now, once you get that deposit from them, that $1,300, you can actually use that $1,300. You can pay yourself the labor. So, your install is going to be 2 hours or so if you're working with hair extensions, give or take. Okay. And I know that my color is going to be another hour. So my service is going to be 3 hours. So if I'm paying myself, say $125 an hour, I can't do math on the spot. So 125 and 125 is 250. So that's 325. I'm taking the $325 out of that $1,300 and I'm physically paying myself for my labor. And I now know that I have about I can't do math right now. I've got like $950 that I can actually invest into new hair, right? So I'm not just per se going to be ordering the hair for that client. I'm going to be ordering a couple different bundles and then I'm going to rinse and repeat and I'm just going to keep doing this. And that's how I'm going to scale my inventory. So it's really, really simple. It just comes down to pre-selling, having conversations with your clients and having them to fill out forms and ensuring that you have enough margin that if something goes wrong, that you're able to refund them, redo the service, or, make it right on your end. But people understand that when you are working at the bottom and you are building something from scratch, that there are going to be kinks. There are going to be situations that arise. And, that's where it's really, really important that you are vetting your vendors correctly and knowing exactly what questions you should be asking and what questions you shouldn't be asking. So if you want the guide on the questions that you should be asking, please feel free to reach out because I do have that for you. You can also join our Balanced Hairstylist community here. I have linked it in the description for you below. If you got value out of this, I would super duper appreciate you leaving a comment, asking a question, or even inviting your friends into our Balanced Hairstylist community. We are inside of our community very live. We're very active. This is a great place for you to come in, ask questions, get support, because we literally build these trainings based on real-time feedback from our members. And as always, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope you are out there serving your clients, but most importantly, you are taking your profit into account and you are building a life on your dreams and on your term, because you can have anything that you want if you figure out how to do it. Bye, guys.